that in there. So some of the things I've done is I took this piece, and that was that big, long, solid copper piece, and I got all the wire stripped out of its plastic. And so I'm going to put this into the core just to give myself a little extra piece of support. And also then when I go to bend things, it will guarantee that this really soft wire bends and stays in the direction that I want. And I still have enough space that I'm gonna be able to mess with roots and everything, so I'm not too worried about that. I also pulled out some of this. This is a little bit thicker wire, and I'm gonna peel some of it. So I'm peeling it off in sections of 2s. Just to add some to that, because then it'll patina nice, and I'll have the plastic color and then whatever kind of patina we do for the copper. How's school going?
It's going good. I feel like I've been slammed with lots of work though.
Yeah, see, I mean, we want you guys to keep learning everything, but we shouldn't be stressing you guys out.
Yeah, it's more like my college classes that are just killing me because, well, 2 of them were in person, so now we're trying to transition everything to online. So that's kind of like hard to do.
So, which college were you going through?
UT.
Are their professors ready for the jump to online, or?
Yeah, we already started it online, but my comp teacher, so we were supposed to do like this group project, and it was like, okay, like, because we'll have class together, and then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, we're not having class anymore, and now somehow we all have to do a group project online.
So basically you're gonna do, man, you could be like the go-getter and be like, hey guys, there's this thing called Zoom, and then you could meet that way.
True.
So this will definitely be bottom of my tree. Let me push this down a little bit more. So that's definitely bottom. Then I'm just gonna take these guys in little groups and just kind of twist at them. And I'm gonna do this. Give me some more space so I don't hit the camera. And really, the more wire I have twisted around, the more branches I can do, the more base roots I can have. It just lets me have options. And that's the big thing we want to do, is we don't want to have 2 wires twisted and then have kind of a skinny, ugly tree. Have you started on this at all?
I haven't. I'm gonna start on it today.
Okay. That's cool.
Do we have to make the tree stand or?
Yes.
Oh.
So part of the reason I have a root structure down here is that this is what's going to help it stand. So one of the things I want to do is I want to make sure. So I've got this thick wire. You don't need the thick wire. I just figured I had it. I might as well use it. Because I want to make sure I've got a good start to where my roots are going to come from. So as I work, get these extra guys out of the way, tools out of the way. I want to make sure, see like how this is up too high. So I'm going to bring that down. And this is a good thing to have a pair of pliers with you, is just so you can make those nice angle bends. But then right there, he's standing, or she is standing. And then from that, I can start to make my root structure. And at first, I'm just going to kind of twist them. Be careful of the ends of these because they might be a little sharp. If you have some sandpaper, you can run on sandpaper, but just be careful when you're working with them so you don't poke yourself. These guys, even though they're really tiny, I actually worry about those being sharp more than these big ones, because the big ones, they might scratch you kind of like a cat might, but not dig. And these guys might just poke right into you. So you want to, these are the ones you really want to worry about, is if you have really thin wire. If you're going to add anything to it, for example, if you decide, hey, I think I want to put a rock or something, you go out for a walk and you see a cool rock and you want to add that, then you want to decide whatever that is that you're going to add. How do my roots interact around that? But when we're done, our tree should be freestanding. It should have some motion to it. So again, that's where I really want to kind of look at trees. And I do like to look at like the bonsai trees. So I'm gonna bend this guy and twist him. And that's going to throw off my root structure because I've got all the weight going this way, but it has a nicer look to its base. Then I'll twist it. Out and around. Now I've got it back to center a little bit more. But then I can start to play with all of these little pieces, and then I can start to make the branches. Bring these guys up a little more. Let this one come out, bring this around a little bit. And then I can start to really build into the tree how I want things to start to form. I can always take small pieces of wire and I can add it, like if I want to have branches coming out and twist. So I can start to build off that way. But really what we're doing is we're making our kind of structure in our design. And we want to have some motion to it. We want it to have some fluidity. We want it to seem like it's natural, but at the same time, we're controlling every aspect. You know, how are the branches flowing? How does that flow of motion work into our design and our pattern that we're building for our tree? So that as it's sitting there, you know, does it look kind of interesting? Does it have a character to it? Cool. How's your, are you done with your cardboard?
Yeah, I finished that.
Awesome. Did you put pictures in for me?
I did.
You're the best. Do you need help with anything?
Well, for the bonsai, or not the bonsai tree, just the tree in general. So like I have a mini one in my room. So like if I trimmed part of the leaves, I don't know if that would be enough to like incorporate on the statue, like not like the copper wire tree or.
So what I would do is I'd start forming my tree first, and then I'd hold it to it and see if you think it will. And then if you do you have any, let me think. Do you have any painting supplies?
Probably somewhere.
So if you have like something to do like a clear coat or like even fingernails, like a clear coat,
Yeah.
and you gently, especially if you cut off a leaf or something, where you cut it, if you clear coat that end, it'll help kind of preserve it a little bit longer. And if you have like a hairspray, I know people nowadays don't use hairspray, but if you do have any hairspray, you can hairspray it, and that should kind of seal it a little, so it doesn't decay as fast.
Okay. Sounds good.
Or if you know anybody who likes to do like modeling, like model railroading or anything, you can get some flack from them.
I don't think I know anyone.
You have to expand your group of nerddom friends.
Yeah, I guess I do because I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, hecko, Pete, I can show you what flack is. Because I've got some. Because I'm one of those guys. So, comes like this. And
Oh.
so then, like the trees that I showed you last time,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I use to make it look like leaves.
Yeah, that would be cool to put on the tree.
Yep. And this is just a bag of lichen. Non-toxic, non-flammable, hydroscopic. How about that? Man, this has got everything. But yeah, this bag could be as old as you are.